What's up, guys? It's Barbie and I'm back with another video. So this video is going to be probably very emotional. As you guys can see, I look a mess. Please don't mind me. I'm exhausted. I'm coming off of like barely no sleep. And I really don't know who to talk to. I don't like putting my problems onto other people. I'm usually the one that everybody goes to talk to about their problems. But guys, since school started, things have been hell. COVID is just everywhere. All my kids' schools, it's just been hell. Like, my little one, I think he went to school maybe 2 days, and he keeps getting exposed. Sorry, I'm trying to park here. He keeps getting exposed, so he's always quarantined. It's like every time one goes back after quarantine, they're right back exposed, and they're quarantined again. And I'm like beating myself up because I pulled my kids out of private school and put them back in public school. Hear me out. The reason I did this is because we moved to a better school district and I felt like COVID was dying down. And now I feel like I'm the reason that my son is sick. So my two younger ones were in private school. My oldest wasn't because the school didn't have football and he always plays football. So I said, okay, as long as, your grades stay good or whatever, you can stay in public school. But y'all remember COVID was bad last year. He hasn't been in school in a year and a half other than when school just started. And things have been just crazy. And as a parent, it seems like, how do I even say this? Like, how do we know when we're making the wrong choices? I don't know. I never know. And it's just very hard because I do everything for my kids. And school is very important to me, to my kids. But this pandemic has been crazy. But it just sucks because I really thought things were finally going back to normal. My son had his first game. Was so excited. My oldest one. I'm just really struggling right now because so the two younger ones, they were quarantined back and forth or whatever. They just went back to school today. And last week, my son came home on a Wednesday. The oldest came home because he was exposed. And then that very night, I didn't sleep at all just because he was sick. He was running a fever. And I just knew something wasn't right with him. So I stayed up all night checking him every few hours. And I was like, you know what? We're going to urgent care first thing in the morning. I was the first one in the parking lot. And it was my biggest fear. But I already knew before I got there that he had COVID. My kids don't get sick very often. So I just knew him. I actually felt like that morning when he went to school, when they called me and told me he was exposed, I felt like something was off with him. But he's the type that even if he doesn't feel good, he's still gonna go to school. And then if he doesn't feel good during the day, he'll say something. But So he got quarantined, and then the very next morning we went to urgent care, and sure enough, he had COVID. And all I kept saying to myself is, like, is it my fault? Which, I mean, I know, like, he always wants to be in school. But when I knew that COVID was spiked in all the schools, I feel like I should have just pulled them from the beginning. Like, my oldest, he wasn't in school for 1.5 years, and he didn't get sick at all. And he's in school for 2 weeks and already got COVID. So, guys, remind you, so, like, the 2 little ones were quarantined back and forth. Then now my oldest gets quarantined, and then it's a positive for COVID. So it's just been so hard, like, having them quarantined and trying to, do school virtual with them and make sure that my son is good and he's taken care of, because, like, he can't be anywhere in the house. I had to take everything, clean everything, bleach the entire house, like, pretty much everything. And now, like, one of my kids, they're sleeping in the living room. Like, I mean, I'm doing my best to make sure nobody else, gets COVID. But it's just been so hard, and, like, I feel like I'm so overwhelmed. And, like, the other day I got really upset with my husband, and, like, I felt like I, like, flipped. But it's just so much on, like, parents especially. But I don't even know how these teachers do it. I don't know, like, I think I just maybe want to talk, like, I don't know, like, has anybody else's kids got COVID? And, like, how do you guys, I don't know, like, I just wish there was, like, a group, for, encouragement, and, what everybody does to, like, if they have other kids in the household, like, how do you guys make sure, nobody else gets it? Because I was told 9 times out of 10, everybody in the household is going to get it. But I'm doing my best. Like, I'm bleaching, and every day I went and got him, like, disposable utensils. Everything he touches, we throw away. Like, there's Clorox, there's Lysol. Every time he goes in and out of the bathroom, because, like, so when you walk into the apartment, there's his bathroom, and then there's a bedroom. So there's 2 entrances to the bathroom. So, like, to take him food and stuff, like, I'll put it in the bathroom. Then he'll go from the bedroom into the bathroom without opening, like, the regular door. And then we'll both, like, he has a can of Lysol on his end. We have it on the other side end. So, like, we're bleaching and Cloroxing every time he touches anything, Lysoling. So we're, like, pretty much trying to do everything we can to make sure that, the other kids are not around him, or, of course, they're already, they were already exposed because it's in the household. But, like, my husband and I are vaccinated. And it's crazy because a lot of people are going to say, well, why wasn't he vaccinated? Well, so the thing is, I was never planning on getting my kids vaccinated. I just wanted to wait until there was more research on it. But the crazy thing is, the day that he was tested positive, he had an appointment to get his vaccine. And what made me change my mind is when he voiced his concern and his opinion. I mean, he's 15 years old. He has the right to, tell me how what he wants as far as medical goes. So when he voiced his opinion and told me, he does want the vaccine, I scheduled him an appointment. And, I mean, of course, we had to cancel it because you can't get your shot. I think you have to wait 14 days. So, I mean, in my head, I'm like, should I have gotten him the vaccine? Like, I'm just, like, as a mother, I'm just beating myself up, like, what could I have done better? Or, like, it's just hard. Like, being a mom is so hard and already, and then something like this, and you just don't know what to do. And then I give them the vaccine, and then something happens, and I'm really going to beat myself up, like, so it's just been really hard. And now I'm to the point, like, I'm thinking to myself, like, is it even worth getting the vaccine now? Like, he's already, I don't know. And, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But like, the shit is difficult. It's hard. And I just pray, like, I think in the beginning I really didn't, like, I mean, I knew it was serious. I knew COVID was real. But I didn't feel much because it never affected my family, you know? And now that it does affect my family or is affecting my family, it's just like, it's just so hard. And I really, like, so my husband and I are vaccinated, and we decided to get vaccinated because we were traveling and it's a requirement. So we were like, you know, let's go ahead and just do it. And, you know, it's better to be safe than sorry anyway. But I planned on getting vaccinated once, you know, it was out a little longer. But what pushed us is when we went on our anniversary trip, which is why we got it a little sooner than I did it planned. But I just feel like I should have got my son vaccinated sooner, or like, not like I waited until, you know, the flare up was in the school again. I should have done it, you know, earlier. I don't know. But what do you guys think? Like, how do you guys feel? Luckily my son is doing well. I mean, he's still sick, but he's doing well. His fever, he's still running a slight fever. We tried doing without Tylenol because they said that's one of the requirements to, you know, drop a fever without like Tylenol for like 24 hours. He has no taste, no smell. He did have diarrhea for a while. But he's doing well, thankfully. I'm just glad that he's healthy, so that his body should be able to fight it off, you know, a lot better. I'm just praying that there's no hospitalization needed. You know, no breathing tanks or tubes or anything like that. Y'all just keep my family in your prayers, and anybody out there going through the same thing, I pray for all you guys. And just know that this shit is real. And, you know, always wash your hands, wear your mask when you're outside. And just make sure you're watching your kids, especially in the home. You know, if you see any signs, get them help immediately. Don't wait until it's too late. But yeah. So I'm going to end this video. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And I will definitely keep you guys updated on his progress. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys. Peace.